Hello everyone, my name's Tom. I am a business development manager at Gamma, responsible for the SafeWeb product portfolio. I'm joined today by Mark Beardsley from NT Voice and Data. Mark, obviously, thank you again for agreeing to do this and joining us today to talk about cybersecurity. I'm really interested to get your opinion on cybersecurity, how it's grown, what you're seeing in the market at the moment, and talk about our product SafeWeb, which you are one of our longest standing partners on, I believe. The team may correct me if I'm wrong on that. However, we were just having a really interesting conversation before the camera started rolling about how long you've actually been in the industry. I said 20 years. Correct me again. It was 39, was it?
The business has been going 39 years, yes. Yeah.
And you've been there
26
years. Wow. And you've seen all kinds of changes. Interestingly, so you've done analogue, ISDN, and now SIP, and then UCAS, and we're going to go on that journey again. What do you think the biggest change has been in the whole of that time?
Probably that no longer is it a matter of always looking to save money through telecoms. That was the early days of always looking at the pence per minute and what you can save. Mm-hmm. Now it's about adding value, adding efficiency, and of course security that we're talking about now.
And have you had customers that have been with you since that have lasted that time like you have, and you've gone through all the different changes with them?
We started our account numbering system at 00001.
Yeah.
02 is still a customer.
Really?
So,
feel sorry for 001. That won't make, we'll have to edit that bit out. That won't make the cut. Man, that's amazing. And you were saying to me before about what you were selling in the early days. And I think for anybody who's watching this who doubts that you've been here a long time, what were you selling?
Things like the LG, called Lucky Gold Star at the time. Mm-hmm. Analog lines, of course, and then Lucent Technologies, the index system, SDX. So they were the first systems, and slowly getting away from analog lines to digital lines, and then this amazing idea that you could network two sites together that blew people's minds. So that was what we was doing in the early 2000s.
Wow. It's great. Like when I first started, obviously not been here in it as long as you have. I left school and joined when I did, and we were just starting to sell ISDN, and it felt like that was such a big revolutionary thing that people could have these digital phone lines, and it was all like
DDI numbers.
Yeah. And even things like, I know these were part of analog line, but like things like Star Services back in the day was such a big sell for us. And when you think like we're now here talking about, I mean, we were talking off camera again, talking about PCI, weren't we? Like if you said PCI back then and talk about it as a thing, people would have blown their mind, and the cost for it would have just been astronomical, really. It's crazy, isn't it? How far we've kind of come from those early days of selling Lucky Gold Star and all them days, and here we are now talking about cybersecurity. So on that, my plan today, talk about cybersecurity in general.
Yeah.
Talk about how you kind of see it in the market, what customers are saying to you. Believe it or not, it's not very often we get the chance to talk to customers directly anymore, so you're going to be their voice in the room if that's okay. Then we'll talk about our proposition SafeWeb, which I know you're an early adopter of, talk about how that's helped you out as a business and also how that's helped some customers out, hopefully. It'll be awkward if you tell me it's helped nobody out, but it will make for an interesting podcast, won't it? But I thought to start, we do some corporate quickfire questions just to get going, if that's okay. So this is a this or that, if you like. So first of all, mobile app or desktop app?
Mobile.
Nobody call it an app if it's a desktop, do you? But I suppose they've got an app store. But mobile, we're going mobile. One-time purchase or subscription model?
Subscription.
Is that for you or for your customers? What do you prefer?
Customers.
I think we know why. Dark mode or light mode?
Light.
Really? It's interesting. I'm a dark mode kind of guy myself. Everything's dark mode. I hate it when Teams resets back to light mode as it is now. It's spinning me out. Work from home or the office?
It depends who.
Staff?
Office.
You?
Home.
Where do you think you're more productive? You, and then we'll do staff.
Office.
Office.
Yeah.
Or you're more productive in the office, would you say?
Yeah.
And staff? Same?
Yeah.
Have you are you back to full? Oh, so we're going off tangent here, and we can cut these out if you don't want to answer it. But are you all fall back in the office now? Would you do 3-2? What do you do?
Most staff are, but we're flexible depending on where people live and the role.
Did you employ much from outside of your area with COVID, or did you still stay local?
Several new recruits that we wouldn't have done before the days of remote working.
Company mobile, which I'm assuming you've got, Android or iOS?
iOS.
Okay, good man. Costa or Starbucks? And then I've had to say here, other coffee brands are available, but which do you prefer? Nero. Okay, that's an interesting one. Not one we've had so far. And I think this next one I know the answer to. I think for you, golf or paddle?
Paddle.
That was all I was thinking. And because I know you play tennis.
I was thinking what sort of paddling.
Yeah. No, do you play paddle? Have you played it? Have you done it? Do you like it? It's very popular.
It's social.
You don't prefer it to tennis?
No.
Not at all.
No.
Yeah, I know. Obviously, I know you play tennis. I know you're a keen player. So I just wondered when I wrote these, I thought, I wonder what Mark's going to say here, as in what his opinion on paddle will be. This is one for us who have been travelling the roads for years and years. This is not an option, but favourite UK services.
What's the name of them on the M25? Remind me, that's
Cobham.
Yes, yeah.
I only know that because Raf behind the camera there, that was his option.
Right.
He chose Cobham. You're not. Yeah, I suppose depends on where you are in the world, but you're not done Beaconsfield. I'm a Beaconsfield man.
I have.
I think I'll be buried there.
I have. Is that where there's Wetherspoons?
Yes, there is. Yeah.
I prefer Cobham.
Yeah. Interesting, because I was describing it to Raf. He's laughing now, but Cobham is. I always feel like they're exactly the same. And for me, my journey down to the Brighton has always been Beaconsfield, and then you've got Cobham. Where it's got Cobham's too far for me, so I prefer Beaconsfield.
Right.
Have you done the when you do Glen Eagles? Do you fly or do you drive?
Generally drive.
Drive.
Yeah.
What do you stop anywhere regularly? Because there's the farm shop on the way, isn't it? Have you done that one?
I know it, but no.
Just random.
I do a very quick flying stop.
Yeah, I try and do. Damn, God, this is old man boring stuff now, isn't it? Everything got into cybersecurity. Gretna Green, I think it is. Is it Gretna Green that's on the way just as you go over it? And I normally try and get to there, but it's one hell of a drive, isn't it? You can't be, because you're not too far away from me. How long does that take you?
If I keep the speed limits, 4 3/4 hours.
Really? I did it last year. Oh, of course, yeah. So did you stayed a couple of days extra, didn't you? I did the same. And I drove back on the Saturday evening. It just felt like the longest. Just feels like it goes on forever and ever and ever, doesn't it? And I think I'm an extra hour down the road for you. Probably.
Yeah. I'm there again in 2 weeks.
Are you?
Yeah.
You
late anniversary treat.
Lovely. Are you tennis there, or you?
Yeah, we're taking some friends. Yeah, so we're playing tennis. Yeah.
Where do you stay? Do you stay in one of the?
So we're staying this time on that Glenmore estate, one of the villas.
Glenmore.
Like timeshares.
Oh yeah, it's one of the. No, I know what you mean. Yeah. Sorry, I've stayed at the What's the right? Is it the Dutch Lee? Have you stayed there before? They're not as nice, nowhere near as nice, but it's a lot cheaper, and it's only about 10 minutes around the corner. But I stayed there last year to play. But it's probably one of the. Would you say it's the best event in the industry?
Yeah, definitely.
Have you done Margit before?
Yeah.
What did you think of the Forest of Arden? It's just nowhere.
No.
It just feels like a downgrade, doesn't it? It's
Premier.
Yeah, it's like very obvious, like a junior version of Glen Eagles, isn't it? Trying to think what else other ones we get to do, which are quite nice. But yeah, Glen Eagles is the best, isn't it? I think. Right. So, cybersecurity questions. This is the actual bit we're here for, rather than the fun. At the moment, one of the reasons we're doing this podcast or video, depending on how people are watching it, but there's a lot of talk about cybersecurity. Us in the Candio team, I don't know how long we'll be called that for, but now we're part of Gamma. We've never been busier talking to people about cybersecurity. I'm conscious, is it one of them things where it's like the ISDN switch off? Do you know what I mean? We're only speaking about it in our industry. Does anybody actually care? Obviously, you're on the front line. What's customers' point of view on it? I guess what are they thinking about cybersecurity? Do they care?
I think they do. I think, especially if you're talking to business owners and IT people, we've had a number of scams come ourselves through email that are very, very genuine, that you need people to be really on guard to not fall for. And I hear that the same from customers too. They're just getting more clever, aren't they? The ways they can approach you.
Yeah, I think with obviously I live and breathe this stuff every day, unfortunately, depending on whether you're my girlfriend or not. But ChatGPT has made it so easy for people just to create a really good phishing email that they blast out to 1,000 people, and you're bound to get a couple of clicks on it, aren't you?
Yeah.
And firewalls just don't protect anymore. You need your staff to know what's going on, don't you?
Yeah.
Interesting that, and those are all like local business to you, that could, like, what range of size do people care, or in terms of?
Well, we're generally dealing mostly with what you class as SME, so 50 to several hundred employees.
Yeah.
So, they're targeted as much as anybody, aren't they?
Have you got any horror stories of anybody that's fallen for one?
Not one of our customers that I know about, no. Definitely some that have clicked on things and then had, the panic of trying to then, catch up and get everything back in order and lock down until they're ready to let people back on the network.
Yeah, it is scary, isn't it? Especially if you are a business owner. What do you do? Do you know what I mean? And would you say that's the main thing that people should be on the lookout for, is those phishing emails, or is there anything else out there that you think people are concerned about? I know you mentioned backup earlier, that you're doing, not to put words in your mouth, but
yeah, definitely got to. People need a good strategy when it comes to backup, ready for malware attacks or ransomware. But over the telephone as well, that still happens, doesn't it? Where people can call, and even with the sort of deep fake technology now, they can make them sound like somebody can't they?
Yeah, it's scary, some of the ones that, the examples you see where it's like, even the videos are becoming more popular, but the WhatsApp voice notes that you receive that say, "Hi mom, transfer me X because I've lost this."
Yeah.
And it's just emotional, isn't it? It's so, like, we talked about phishing emails before. I remember when we first started talking about phishing emails 5-10 years ago, and probably people in the comments will correct me and say, "Tom, they've only been around," but it was so obvious to spot them, wasn't it? Because it would be the old, "I'm a prince in Ghana, transfer me 10 grand and I'll transfer you 15 back." You don't get them anymore, do you? We're now moving to AI voice notes, which sound and feel very realistic.
A recent one was somebody being emailed into the finance director an invoice from a company for management consultancy training. And below that on the email trail was the authority from the individual that had received the training to say, "Yes, I'll chase up payment for you. We'll pay it straight away because it was overdue."
Yeah.
So the finance person would see that permission's been given to pay it, basically. And of course, only because of their diligence of checking with the other director, did you actually have some training? Did she know it wasn't genuine?
It's crazy, because you think you have to have all the standard procedures in place, but that's so emotional, isn't it? Because, like, your business, how many times is a supplier chasing you to pay something? You say to someone in accounts, "Yeah, pay this," and they will pay it just because it's got your name on it. That's the use of AI that people have never thought about before. And what I've also seen people doing in that scenario is, let's say your domain's ntvoiceanddata.co.uk. I know it's not, but humour me on the example, is they could go and buy ntvoiceanddata.co.uk, but buy it with an O, a zero instead of the O in the name, and then use that domain to send the email out. And if they're doing it with all that in sync, no matter how much training you put in place, people are just going to fall for that, aren't they? Because I'm highly impressed by that level of technology, but it's out there, isn't it?
Yeah.
What? Don't give too much away here, because some of your competitors will watch this. But what are you selling a lot of in that kind of, not data space, IT space, I guess? What's working well for you?
For us, quite a few firewalls people are wanting, which doesn't necessarily help on those phishing attacks, but certainly helps with security when you've got lots of remote staff. So that's something we're doing a lot more of.
Firewalls, it's needed, isn't it? You've got it's almost a moat, isn't it, around a castle kind of thing. Let's stop things coming in. things are still going to get through, but at least you can guard it a little bit.
Yeah, and where we're seeing customers wanting to keep totally separate networks as well from, staff and guests,
Yes.
For example, so separate firewalls on those.
We do the same here, and it obviously drives us all crazy because as soon as we got here this morning, we said exactly the same thing. What's the Wi-Fi password now? Do you know what I mean? But it is key that if you're, no matter who you are, you keep them kind of network separate, because the last thing you need is someone sitting in a coffee shop around the corner, jumping on, finding their way in, getting all your company details, and away they go, kind of thing. Anything else that you're seeing that people are talking to you about?
Multi-factor authentication.
Okay.
So, making sure that the products that we're selling have got that. And and Cyber Essentials. Lots more companies going for the Cyber Essentials. We've done that ourselves, Cyber Essentials Plus.
Yes.
And so, all of the security measures that go along in achieving that.
Did you find, this is completely off the cuff, but did you find that much changed after you got Cyber Essentials thing? Were people more vigilant, or did they kind of like staff internally, did they take much notice of more things? Or did it bring stuff to their attention? Or was it just about procedures for you?
Well, they've had to, I think.
Yeah.
In terms of being able to update or install extra software on company devices. And so,
Yeah, well, obviously we got the same lockdowns ourselves, and as an employee, it drives you mad, doesn't it? But as a business owner, it's got to be done because it just protects you. If you're, obviously you mentioned you deal with mainly the smaller but SMEs.
SME, yeah.
If you were, do you think the threat's different if you're a larger business like Gamma to a smaller business? Do you think people are looking differently? Are they considering it differently? Are people saying that old thing of, this is just not for us because we're not an enterprise? Is that out there?
No, I would say that there's still, are taking it seriously, but perhaps are looking to outsource how they do it rather than have their own dedicated IT security specialists.
Yeah, of course.
So the type of tools that they're going to use, or the people that they need help to do it.
Yeah, that makes sense. And you go back to the telco days, that was the same, wasn't it? They would go for, based on what the IT manager read, if we're going Cisco, we're doing this. It's that same kind of thing, isn't it? They haven't got the knowledge to be able to do it. They just need something that works simply, doesn't it? Yeah. What's next? What do you think? I'm asking you what the next question is. What's next is in terms of cybersecurity, technology-wise. Where is there anything out there that you've seen that you've gone? I mean, apart from the phishing email, because that's still blowing my mind. But is there anything out there that you've gone? That's the next bit of technology we need to be selling. That's really cool. Whether it's cybersecurity related or telecoms or even IT related. What is there anything out there that you've seen that you've gone, wow, that's the future?
Perhaps everything. Well, things that have got AI built into them now. That's just going to keep speeding up and progressing with the use of AI in cybersecurity and quantum computing.
Yeah.
Not that I know that much about it, but
a lot of people out there that claim to, isn't there? That's the thing. How do you think? I mean, AI in general. It's a good point. A lot of people are talking about it. I don't think we could get through this without talking about AI, could we? I mean, we lasted about 5 minutes before we said it. Good, bad, scary?
Lots of good uses. Yeah, lots of good uses, but scary when it's used as a means of hacking or fraud.
Yeah. I feel like everything's got to have something AI related in it at the moment, which was probably just a computer many years ago, wasn't it? But now it's claimed to be AI. Yeah. But you're right. There's a lot. I mean, that email example you gave earlier, and I keep going back to that, but that is AI written all over it, isn't it?
Yeah.
Gone and collected all that information, chucked it somewhere. It's being used to damage stuff. Do you use much AI? I mean, we mentioned Copilot earlier.
Me personally, not a huge amount, but within the business, we're using more of it.
Yeah. It's definitely improved a lot of processes, isn't it?
And a lot of the solutions that we're selling have include it with like speech analytics and
I think that's where it's become really clever, isn't it? Because I feel like the only thing I feel like with AI is like it's a bit like, I don't want to say the word, we'll go with Alexa, another voice assistant. I was going to say the S one, but then that would start kicking up. Is they've always been a little bit, I feel they're a little bit far behind like the chat GPTs, and I feel like we need to try and get AI into voice more, don't we, and get it to work really well, because I think once it does, be an extremely useful part of the proposition, won't it? So you launched SafeWeb. I'm looking around the room because I don't know if me and you will remember, because I feel like the only time I ever see you is in a tux in like in a weird London hotel. So this feels really strange, and we're usually about 3 drinks in. I feel like I haven't done one of those events in years, actually. When was the last one? Have you done a comms business, comms dealer award recently?
September last year.
Oh, okay. When we're not, kind of award season dies, doesn't it, for a while? So can you remember when NT, I'm looking away here to Zach because him and Daniel.
Early 24.
Early 24. So just over a year now,
yeah.
You launched SafeWeb. You launched our product SafeWeb Plus to customers. Be honest, when we came and spoke to you about SafeWeb Plus, obviously I've known you for years before that, so it wasn't like the first time you met me. But when you saw SafeWeb Plus, did you think, that resolves something for us in terms of a challenge for a customer or challenge for you as a business? When you saw it, what did you think?
Yeah. For us as a partner, what's attractive for us, I felt, was that it's a product that gives real value. For what it costs, it gives the customer a lot of tools there. So it was something that we definitely are happy to promote and sell.
And did, please don't be biased here, but was there anything else that kind of was around that you were thinking of selling at the time, or that it kind of, was it just a complete hole for you that you hadn't got and you thought, yeah, that's perfect, thanks Gamma, we'll take that?
Yeah, it fitted a gap that we had, yeah.
Which makes sense, because I feel like a lot of what the product does, there's a lot of other tools out there, but they don't seem to be heavily sold as much. Do you know what I mean? And certainly, I think dark web monitoring wasn't all that popular 3 years ago when we first built it.
Yeah,
it's very popular now. But I think that's just because people's cybersecurity awareness had grown. Is there, from a customer point of view, is there any feedback that they've shared with you that you'd like to share with us?
I think particularly the phishing email simulator has proved useful, that we've had some good feedback from customers on.
Yeah.
And that's being used.
We find we've just done a new release on that, and probably would have not affected some of your customers because it makes sense, it's a bad thing, but they had the new upgrade. And one of the things that we did on there was make sure that the emails were a lot more realistic, as in like it looks like they come from Microsoft now, or WeTransfer, or even Dropbox, some of the emails that we've integrated into there. So when people are getting those emails, they do look more realistic, and we found that we've had to try and keep up with the times just as much as the customer has.
You can probably share the stats, but that is definitely the way that most people get in, where you've got staff, whether it's new staff or ones in a rush not paying enough attention, they're vulnerable, aren't they?
I think phishing is the scary part, isn't it? Is that it's so easy to do. If you don't even need to be a good cyber criminal anymore to just, I mean, if I wasn't on this side of the fence, think how easy it would be to go and buy a load of data off the dark web, load it into a HubSpot or a MailChimp, fire a load of emails out based on ChatGPT. They don't even need to be that good, do they? And they work. But yeah, we've tried to improve ours so that it's they're a lot more realistic and provide further training. Do you know what I mean? Which is what customers want. I always feel like you mentioned Cyber Essentials Plus earlier. There's not an ongoing support with that side of it, whereas with something like phishing simulation, which you need for Cyber Essentials, there is, and it kind of makes sure that they could do it. Got any scary stories you want to tell me? It does feel weird not doing this.
If it comes in anywhere, I don't know if it's useful, but there was an interesting one in the news the other week of a guy being scammed out of 40k. It seemed very simple for somebody to ring. All they knew was his name and his email address, so they could get that, I guess, off the dark web. And they contacted Eon.
Right.
And using that, the people at Eon had given out the mobile number of that person.
Right.
So then they could go to O2 and get O2 to do a number swap on that SIM.
Wow.
So then they could go on his banking apps and get the multi-factor authentication to come through to that new mobile number, change the password on his banking apps and clean out his account. So quite easy from getting a name and an email address. They could get a big company, utility company, to give out the guy's mobile number.
When you think about it, how easy is it? I in a nice possible way. I can get your name off company's house.
Yeah.
I can probably guess your email address from, or buy it off the dark web. But there's tools out there that you can use to just grab people's email addresses, and then you're away, aren't you?
Yeah, that just made us want to look at reviewing our internal process. We have a data protection policy just on what steps we go through with customers when they ring in for support.
And what are you happy for me to ask what those are, just to get an idea?
I couldn't tell you exactly.
I was worried that's what you were going to say.
I know there's a policy in place.
That's good. I mean, as long as, look, I mean, if people, I always feel like in telecoms, obviously, been a long time, you'll remember like so many calls about, can you set me up with 5 connections on this, just so they could get handsets and run off? Yeah. Whereas that is quite scary, actually, isn't it? When you think about it, is that you could call up, get someone's, just put on their name and their email address, and that would probably take, let's say it took an hour, but you think the return of investment on that, if it's, I mean, by all means, have a look at my bank account, take what you can get. Do you know what I mean? You'll probably have to pay off some stuff first, but that's what I mean. You if you got the right person, you could get away with a lot of money, couldn't you? That's crazy. I've got 2 more questions on SafeWeb then, if that's okay. Actually 3. I always like to know if we could improve anything. Is there anything on there that you think we could change or do? First, from your point of view, I mean, if you say it's fantastic, brilliant, and that's what we'll clip up and use. Yeah. But if you say it's crap and it's this, we'll edit that out. So is there anything on there that you think we could change that you'd like us to?
Perhaps just help partners a little more with more up-to-date. I say that, the marketing information is good anyway, but little refresh on some things, or for existing partners to, use to remind customers the value of it.
Yes.
And of course, for onboarding new customers still.
Yeah. And I mean, we spoke about it earlier, Net New. You're talking to a lot of people, and there was things that are helping you win stuff. If there's anything, this isn't for the video by the way, but if there's anything we can do to help you on that, and you can still record though. If there's anything we can do on that, seriously, let us know. We'll definitely have. And I think becoming part of Gamma will help us get stuff out to you easier, because we were just little old Candio before, whereas now you've got that Gamma toolbox that you'll use, and I'm sure there's people that you know and use the Gamma content already, and if you don't, it's there ready to go.
Yeah, or with a purple colour.
Yeah, you're ready to probably with a big fluffy dog on somewhere. That's what, we're not allowed to talk about that on here, otherwise I'll get fired, and so the rest of the guys. Onboarding wise for Candio or SafeWeb, how did that go for you? I think me and you both had the original conversation, and then we disappeared into the distance and we let the guys do it. But in terms of that, how was that for you and the team?
Yeah, really smooth. Candio use internal staff. I think there's a chap called Zach who was very, very helpful. Quite seamless.
Yeah, and hopefully the idea is that we can do it quickly, and that's why we have Zach. He's there to support you guys, get them customers on board, help train your staff so they know what the product is, how it works, get it rolled out there. So I think I know the answer to this one. This is my final kind of quick fire question. Dark web monitoring, phishing, instant response, privacy toolbox. Which one's your favourite to talk to customers about?
Yeah, the phishing simulator.
I thought it was going to be, seeing that's where a lot of it's come from, but that makes sense. And I'm glad that's it. That's part of that proposition. Is there, obviously, we do these kind of feedback sessions, and the reason we record them is because we want to talk about what cybersecurity is in the market, and hopefully this will help some of our other partners. Is there anything else out there that you've heard that's interesting? I keep saying you're on the front line, but that makes it sound like you're in a war, but you are on the front line, you are talking to customers. Is there anything else out there that you're hearing that you think is useful for us to know and develop, or at least think about? It's okay if it's no.
Well, MDM, mobile device management,
yes.
Endpoint, EEM, all of those things. So as people are more mobile, depending on their mobile devices, I guess anything related around security on those would be helpful.
Yeah, so that's a fair point. And you're right, a lot of people are out and about. We said earlier, for a mobile app, that's probably because you use the mobile more than a desktop, but it's easier. So that's become the people's device of choice.
Yeah.
Good. Well, I'd like to say thank you very much again. Really useful. I definitely enjoyed that. Hopefully that was good for you.
Thank you.
I feel like we're breaking up. I'd like to say thank you very much for watching this video. If you'd like to find out more about SafeWeb or anything else that we spoke about today, please contact myself or a member of the Gamma team. Thank you again, Mark. Thank you very much.
Thank you
for watching.